what was like? What did you capture during that portion of the game that was able to really kind of turn some of the tenor of it?
Yeah, I thought to start the game we weren't super sharp, but then very quickly we clicked in, and the intensity on that end of the floor was really good tonight. The offense was a little choppy early in the game especially, and that's why you need to have defense. That's why you have to rebound the ball. I thought the rebounding was really good tonight. For them to miss 50 shots and only to get 10 offensive rebounds is a good, proportion. So I thought we did a lot of good things and kind of manufactured a win. That's what you want to look like on the nights that you're a little bit ugly offensively.
And it seems like you're getting these like pops of playmaking or advantage creating from, McCain being able to separate, or Dort, breaking down and kicking out. Topic comes in and does. What's it like for you during the course of a game to just have some options to go to and those guys to make plays for each other that way?
Well, I mean, we're missing some on-ball creators, so the way we're trying to create advantages is different right now. But once we create the advantage and once we get the ball ahead, those plays aren't any different. And I thought we had some really good plays tonight. I also thought we had some that we can learn from. We had a lot of turnovers. It wasn't a clean offensive game. It was hard to establish a rhythm with some of those plays, but the guys are being put in good positions, and we got to start to build our muscle collectively, obviously, but we also need to build those habits, continue to build those habits individually, and it's a good opportunity for these guys.
Seemed like Topic really provided a spark specifically to start that fourth quarter. Just what impressed you about, how he looked out there tonight?
Yeah, he was great. He played really well. He's obviously, that's his second NBA game, so to really evaluate him, in the context would be unfair, but he's obviously a really good player. He's got really good sense for the game. He goes in there and acts like he belongs. He shoots, the threes. He's not afraid to drive. There's a play, the one he dropped to Hartenstein for the floater. It was a broken play. We were supposed to run a play, and he got pressured, and he just drives it because that's what the play calls for. But it's pretty impressive for a guy that's 2 games into his career to have the confidence to do that. So he's obviously got a long way to go, even just from a conditioning standpoint. But we're excited about him.
Staying with Topic, Justin mentioned sort of the ball movement that he adds. Most people, when they talk about instant offense off the bench, they mean scoring. But can you sort of speak to the value of a guy like Topic just bringing extra flow to the table?
Yeah, I mean, he's a point guard, and basketball doesn't have a lot of actual pure point guards anymore. There's unbelievable skill, but the traditional team runners, there's not a ton of those guys, and that's what he is. He can run your team. He's going to get you organized up the floor. He understands what we're trying to accomplish, even at this extremely early infant stage of his career, and he's got the passing to go with it. So like I said, he's got a long way to go. He's got a lot to learn, even offensively, in terms of creating advantages, reading the different coverages he's going to see. When the league learns him a little bit, that'll be new challenges for him, but he's off to a great start, just starting with the fact that he's out there.
Also staying on Topic, when you see a player on your team like that go through what he's gone through, how does that change, I guess, the way the whole team views adversity?
I mean, I just think the word I think of when you ask that question is respect. I just think he's earned a tremendous amount of respect. His approach, even during the ACL, Sorber's doing that right now. Sorber's working really hard. The team's got practice or the team's got shoot around, and that guy's in the weight room and he's breathing heavy, sweating, and he's doing the invisible work, for a long time, without a ball in his hands. And so when you approach it like that and attack it like that, the guys know the work that goes into that. And then obviously with the thing this season with Topic, I mean, that takes it to a completely different level. But he never wanted to make it about him, even though it was a tough situation. He always stays inside the team. He's a tremendous professional. He's got unbelievable maturity and character. So I was happy to see him. I mean, he helped us win the game tonight. It wasn't just a matter of him being on the court. He helped us win.
Looks like Jared is kind of comfortable, getting comfortable. You're running some things for him. Is that kind of indication he's kind of fitting in good for you?
Yeah, I mean, we get some guys out right now, so, Topic goes in the game. I'm playing through him a little bit. He's a pick-and-roll player, so it makes no sense to have him out there when you need that and not go through him. And Jared's similar, skilled. He can handle the ball. I'm still learning him and his game. He's still learning, obviously, his teammates, the system, but the one thing about the circumstances we're in right now is it is giving us a window to take a look at those guys in those roles, which would be more difficult, obviously, if we had a full deck, and so we're trying to take advantage of that when the circumstances present themselves.
I know Casey didn't shoot it well, but it looked like he had pretty good ball pressure on defense. Even if he didn't get the steal, he got some hands on it and really caused them some difficulty on.
Yeah, he got it, especially the second quarter. You know, that quarter had a lot to do with him. He got amped up defensively. His pressure was all over the place tonight. He did a great job of just setting a tone for us defensively, like he's done. It wasn't like the best offensive game for him in a vacuum, but we won his minutes pretty convincingly, and it's because of the impact he had defensively, and his floor game on offense was good.
When you guys are healthy, you guys are able to stagger and put, a high-level creator on the floor at all times, high-level rim protector, high-level point-of-attack defender. You guys haven't really been able to do that with elite shooters. What does that sort of add to the team now that McCain and Joe, you can either put them together or separate them?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the only thing they do. I think Jared's a guy that I think he's dynamic offensively. He's got more to his game than just the spot-up shooting. I think that was you could see that tonight. And then Isaiah Joe, I mean, he rebounded the ball great tonight. We play small with him on the court, even though he's a lighter guy, because he's physical, he executes, he gets his nose in plays for the ball. And so it's not just simply leveraging the shooting, but it's being able to put them out there because of the other skills that they bring. But, yeah, I mean, we've got optionality, and that's what you want. You never know what you're going to need. You never know who's going to be going good. We try to lean into that, obviously, with changing rotations and lineups, and, they give us more options, definitely.
Any updates on Caruso?
No update. We'll check him tomorrow.
Anybody else?
All right. Thanks. Yep.